Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing out there? Good, I hope. Sorry I'm late, everyone. Number one, I couldn't get the software that I needed to load to switch over that I needed to load. And then the keyboard for the studio was completely dead. So it's charging now. I think we need to charge it like once a year, and it's good for the whole year. And this must be the time that we need to charge it. Hello, Francie. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Walter. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Karen. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Anne Marie. Hello, Shalana. Hello, Michelle. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So I'm really, really excited. Hello, Luann. I'm really, really excited because there are two things that I have to figure out. Something is happening with this light up here. The ghost has really been messing with me. So that's this may go on or off. Ever since we started talking about Halloween here, the spooky ooky and kooky has started to happen. So tonight we are going to make another Christmas in July. The new thing that I want to do, because I'll be live with you tomorrow too. I have a very special little live planned for you tomorrow afternoon. Not today, tomorrow afternoon. Thanks, Anne Marie. We have them available right now before they sell out for the new fall shirts that are launching in, I think, 2 weeks. Okay, so I get to share with you tonight something a very special pre-order that is, I can't believe, here already. I looked at my calendar and I was like, this is today. But we are going to utilize some of the holiday. I'm using the Brutus Monroe Create Your Own Ending / Friendship release to create holiday cards. That's like my new, I don't know what it is, but I keep like looking at them and I'm like, I could do a really cool holiday card with this thing, and I could do a really cool holiday card with this thing. So, yes, Penny, you can give the links for pre-order. I am going to talk about those right now. So, two things, everyone. Right now, we are launching the pre-order for the Spooky Friends Halloween box here at Brutus Monroe. So, there's a couple of things that I want to touch on. Number one, the Spooky Friends Halloween card kit. We are only making 75 of them this year. The reason being, the ghost is not happy about that. The reason being is we have so much coming in for the double events that we're doing this year, as well as so much coming in for our holiday and Halloween release, that we don't have the room to do more than 75. So it is back to a very, very, very limited release. Two things with that, though. So in the past, I think there should be a whole collection for it too, Penny, if that makes it easier. So with that being said, there are two things. Number one, you all always grab that Halloween card kit, and I appreciate it so much from the bottom of my heart. But there are lots of times that many of you say, Christopher, the card kit is only $69.99, which it's only $69.99 this year, which I think is great. It's only $69.99. How can we get free shipping on that? Well, this year, for the first time ever, I'm going to show you those papers in a second, Francie. This year, for the first time ever, we are allowing you to order the add-on products early. Meaning, if you get, and I don't even know how much the add-on total is, if you have the subscription discount. Someone will have to let me know that. But it's probably just over $100. And with that, what that means is you'll get all of it shipped to you for free. So either you can get just the kit, which we'll be talking about that over the course of the next couple of weeks, or you can get the kit. There goes the light. You can get the kit and the add-on products, and you'll be good to go. So either or, you can do however you would like. But I wanted to let you all know that the extra add-ons are available if you want to grab those with your kit. You can do it all together. I would suggest doing it all together because the box is just as limited as the add-on products. So we have, you'll notice on the site, and we'll talk about this more coming up, kits and add-ons are $112.97. That is crazy. The reason for that is you are going to get everything that is in your box. You're also going to get a brand new set of aqua pigments, a brand new set of Chroma Mist, 2 additional paper pads, and card panels. I mean, that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of stuff for $112.97. Really, it really, really is. So let's head down to the table and let's talk, before we lose light again, and let's talk about these paper pads that you're going to get. So the first paper pad is going to be the watercolor. Can you put up the link for the add-on? If you could, Penny, maybe you could just put up the link for the entire collection. Is that something that's an option? I think it should be I think it's the first banner. I want to say it's the first banner on the website, but I might be lying. I don't know. I might be lying. So the very first paper is called Watercolor Treats. So now this is not exactly what your paper is going to look like, because these are my samples, but I will have the samples very, very soon to really show you. But you all loved the watercolors so much last year that we worked with the same artist to bring you Watercolor Treats. So first and foremost, we have our little ghosty friends. Then we have kind of nondescript ghosty friends. You can do this however you would like. You could do this just as kind of whimsical and spooky, or this could just be just a very simple, pretty background. Then we have our bats. We all love our bats, don't we? I mean, I know I do. So if you love your bats as much as I love my bats, then we're in good company together. Hello, Lisa. So those are the spooky ookie kooky bats. Then we have our joyful faces. Look at how fun this, like, very loosey-goosey fun watercoloring is, with all of the different squash, and then the little smiles, and then the layer of I just love this. I think it's so fun. Then look at these beautiful, beautiful candles in the jars. This is all you need. This is all you need. So this would literally be it. You pop this on your card, and you add on a sentiment, and you're done. Then we have these little fun faces. Again, just very whimsical, very fun. Doesn't necessarily have to be Halloween. There's so much you could do. Then I love this one. Doesn't this one remind you of the Cheshire Cat? That's what this one reminds me of. Oh, and also you can order extras with your box too. So you don't have to get like the I Want It All bundle. You can get just the box and the what's the word I'm looking for? Just the box and the papers if you want. It's up to you. So there's our little Cheshire Cat. Then we have what I'm calling kind of like witch huts. So this is like a village where all of the witches, are. I'm sure it's hidden. Not. That's funny. Then we have our witchy bookcases. Again, take this paper, just cut a row, and just use the shelves. I mean, there's so much you could do with this. When I design these, I'm generally thinking of about 1,000 different things we can do. Then we have our potions and squash. These potions and squash shelves. Again, so fun, so whimsical. Then we have our absolutely stunning haunted mansion. So we have the haunted little city. We have the moon. We have more of the cities. We have these trees. Isn't that fun? We are a little baddie, right? Then we have our little spooky friends. How fun are these little spooky friends that are all lined up? I love it. I love it. I love it. And remember, as always, we only get so much of this paper, and then it's retired. So this will be available through, I believe, September. Or I guess while supplies last, right? They would look really cool as washi sheets. Well, you'll see the washi sheets very soon. You will see the washi sheets, not tonight, but the washi sheets you will see very, very soon. And a huge thank you to everyone that has already placed their order for this, because it's gonna be really, really great. Really, really, really great. And remember, if you order this, you will also get the Tailored Expressions combo that we have released with that. So you'll get this right in time for the holidays. I mean, you'll get it in time for all the holidays. All right. So next we have the Vintage Frights. Now, I love the watercolor treats, but Vintage Frights, let's talk about it, shall we? So Vintage Frights is very much, I mean, it's spooky. I mean, it is probably the spookiest paper pad that we've ever launched, but I wanted this. I wanted something that was spooky and fun and funky and really, really cool. And remember, you are also getting in your box a different paper pad. These aren't paper pads that are in the box. I should have mentioned that. There's a different paper pad in the box. Here is our first paper. Here is our second paper. Now, this is another one of those ones that, I mean, I just want to frame it, right? I just want to frame this and be done. Frame this and be done. Then look at how fun this is. The little witch and all of the different pieces and this little cat. Oh, I love it. Very folkish. And then look at this, these beautiful old vintage houses. And then we have the large old vintage house with all the hills and the scribbles. Then look at this one with just the pops of color for the jack-o'-lanterns. Then we have this really fun old apothecary looking paper. I love it. Then we have our little, I'm calling these our Cyclops pumpkins. But you can see they're all, it's just very cool, very odd. It's all about oddities with this one. Then we have this one that, again, are more houses, but I wanted to have them all spread out so that you could use this in many different ways. So, like, think, for instance, if you were using a circle die, and, whoopsies, and you're, you know, using pieces of it, these are great scene vignettes that you can use here. At least I think they are. All right, then we have more of those incredible trees with the bats and the ghosts. I love it. I know, isn't it? And then look at these creepy little trick-or-treaters. Aren't they cool? I mean, they're so creepy, but I'm absolutely obsessed with them. Vintage and groovy. You'll see the, what's it called? The box this time is very groovy, pastel-y. You'll see. It's the box this time. The stamp is incredible. I can't wait for you to see it. Then we have this incredible, again, cool, just the houses and the cool backgrounds. Just a simple little pumpkin patch for this paper. Another very fun pumpkin patch. I'm really into these jack-o'-lanterns with the eyes. I don't know why it's so terrifying to me, but I think they're so cool as well. Then we have our little spooky skeleton dancing throughout the cemetery. Look at how cool these pumpkins are. Again, with the houses. Then I love how dark this one is. Isn't this so cool? I love them. I love them. And then last but not least, we have our simple pumpkin patch. And that's that. So we will have the aqua pigments, we will have the sprays, we will have, I do not have an example of the card panels to show you, but I can tell you if you loved, which I think most of you did, if you loved the, what's the word I'm looking for? If you loved the stained glass that we did for the holidays, you're really, really, really gonna love, really, really going to love the, stained glass that we have coming for Halloween. All right, everybody. So let us get back to the options at hand. So what we're going to do, so just a normal live. Yes, just a normal live. We are going to turn these beautiful florals that are actually daisies. We are going to turn them into poinsettias tonight. So we are going to do, I think, a really pretty background card. We are going to use from the free gift that you can get right now, that stamp set. We are going to utilize that that little piece from, or not little piece, but we're going to use that sentiment from that because so many of you have been getting that this week, the Merry Christmas. And we're just going to place it kind of in the center here with a little bit of pattern paper. And we're going to add a whole bunch of embellishments, obviously. With that being said, we are going to use some of the Gilded embossing powder. I've seen that Gilded has been getting a lot of attention lately, which I love because Gilded is one of my absolute favorite colors. And we are going to use some of the Hollyberry Chroma Mist. And we're also going to use some of the absolutely beautiful Pearl Chroma Mist. That's what we're going to use together. I'm going to show you how that works. But before we do that, I need to stamp out our little, what's the word I'm looking for? Our little stamp. We're going to stamp it out twice just so we have two to work with. Is everybody doing well tonight? I have to ask my end of the month question. Hint on next month's wreath. Michelle, we are going to the circus next month. We are headed to the circus, and I think you're really going to love it. It's a really, really fun collection. But we are also releasing some fall next month. So if you all love the fall, items, i.e. the, where's my, I think we should be okay without it. Now we'll use it. Let me use my embossing. Let me use my magic powder bag real quick. It doesn't hurt. It's refillable, and I forget to use it often, but when I use it, it changes everything. We are also launching some fall consumables next month. So all of you that don't know what the consumables are, most of you do because you've been with us long enough, but the consumables essentially are things that you can use up. So they are items that are not like a forever thing. So we have lots of new, really, if you love the autumnal in the fall colors, I can tell you right now, next month is your month. And next month is definitely going to be my month. Because I cannot tell you how excited I am about all of the autumnal colors. It's one of my absolute favorite things. All right, so let's ink this puppy up. I forgot to ask, is everybody having a good day? Yes, we're going to the circus, and it's not like a creepy circus. It's a fun circus. And I am not 100% certain this may need re-inked. I don't think so, though. It seems pretty juicy. Where's my little knobby? We'll do it 3 times just to be sure. I think we're good, but this stamp wasn't cleaned off super well, but that's okay. I know, I'm so excited for all of it too. It's gonna be a great second part of the year. Can you believe we're already in the second part of the year? It's wild to me. All right, let's set this all over to the side, and then we are going to grab just a piece of scrap paper. And remember, the Brutus Monroe embossing ink will not dry until you put something on top of it. It'll stay wet for a very, very long time. But, nope, I don't think I pressed down enough in the middle. I didn't, but that's okay because we are going to be placing a, what's the word I'm looking for? Sentiment in the middle there with some paper, pattern paper. So we're not going to worry about it, but we are going to heat it up now. All right. So we're going to hit this with a little bit of heat. And you will see how it almost instantly transforms I really don't think that I use embossing powder enough. Especially considering I really do think we have the best embossing powder out there. And you'll see in just a second how shining, shimmering, splendid this is. All right, I think that's good. So here is, look at how, can you see the shine? I think you can. All right, so we're going to stamp out one more, just in case something goes awry with our first one. And plus we could always, generally, when I'm setting up the Misty, to tell you the honest goodness truth, I generally stamp 2 anyway. It just makes sense to me to stamp 2. All right. This time we're going to get that center better. But we'll most likely end up using both of them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Sue said she hates boss, so she hired me. Listen, there you go. Yeah, Sue is a dear friend of mine. I will never forget how we became friends. I mean, she literally reached out to me and she was like, "You're doing a lot of stuff with Decofoil. Have you ever thought about doing your own line of Decofoil?" And I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "You're joking, right?" I said, "You're kidding. You want me to do a line with Decofoil? I mean, a full line of products?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Sure. I mean, my goodness, luckiest man in the world." And here we are. I mean, I think I've had my line of products for 5 years now with them. It's been a journey. Been a good journey, but it's been a journey. Let's see how I did this time. Oh, that one is perfecto. All right. We're going to turn this into a faux poinsettia. All right. I know. It's crazy to think about. It really is. All right, let's heat this puppy up now. Yes, I did when I signed my contract with them. I sure did. I remember that. I remember that very well. That's okay. We're going to use both of them. Around here, we use more imperfect than we do perfect. I know, right? So you can see, if you've never embossed before, you can see the part that's not shiny? That has not been melted yet. And then I'm trying to get it in the light so you can see. There we go. As it melts, look at how cool that is. Oh no. Heather Collins has found us. Okay, so let's just make sure. Oh, a little bit in the middle here. All right, there we go. Perfecto. All right. Oh my goodness, there are so many of you. So many of you that have grabbed your kits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. What color did you use to emboss? For this, I used Gilded. All right, let me grab a spray tray, which is also like a die cutting tray. It's an everything tray. Let's face it, we use these for everything. And I love that it holds a full half sheet of paper. All right, so I always say to spray your mists into like a trash can first, just to make sure they're not super clogged. And this one I probably could soak the nozzle because it's a little bit cloggy, but that's okay. And then we're going to take our pearl. And I promise you this is going to look so pretty when it's done. Now, pearl is kind of what we're going to use as our activator here. So it's going to kind of move and swish around all of our color. Okay. So now we're going to move this guy over to here. We're going to dry these. And then remember, we always let them sit for a minute, and then we're going to hit them with some heat and some heat and some, we'll hit them with a paper towel. But we always want to give them a chance. Now, it's not going to look like much now. So, like, don't judge it right now. Don't judge it with what you see right now, because I promise you this is not what it's going to look like in a moment. So let's go ahead and heat it up a little bit. But with this, you want to keep on moving, because remember, we have used embossing powder. So we do not want to reheat our embossing powder. And you can go ahead and kind of move around your color a little bit if you want to add some more color into certain spaces. Yes, the ornamental gold. That's a favorite of mine too. It's a favorite kind of amongst, I think, a lot of folks. And I used Not Your Mama's paper for this one, because I knew that we were going to be putting a lot of stuff on top of it, i.e. the paint as well as the embossing, and I wanted it to really be able to hold on. Now, it would have worked just fine if we would have used like the aqua pigment paper, but again, it's okay. So now we're going to give it just a couple more seconds. Let me go grab I need to grab my paper towels. And the magic really happens when you pull up the color. And I'll show you what that means in a minute. Here, let me go grab them. Whoopsies. There we go. So we're going to grab our paper towels. I usually, with these ones that are like the Selecta size, I'll usually grab 2 of them. It really does, doesn't it? Then we're just going to apply that over top. Just press it down. Then we'll take our second one, press that over top, and just give it a second. Just give it a second to pull up some of that color. Oh, sure could. All right, are we ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So now you can see how beautiful that background is. Now I'm going to cut it out. 1, 2, 3, go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that Gina? Now we're going to take it one step further. Can you see how beautiful that looks now? Okay. We're going to take it one step further, and we are going to grab some red aqua pigment. Now remember, the aqua pigment is going to be much, much, much more much more concentrated than the sprays are. We're just going to add a little bit here to our pigment palette. We're just going to grab a water brush. You don't have to use a water brush. You can use just a regular everyday brush for this. But we're just going to add a little bit of color. That's why I get to clean this too. Yes. And we're just going to add a little bit of extra color to just some of our leaves. So we'll focus on just a couple of them. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This one's a little bit trickier because remember some of our leaves are missing. But you'll see that it will not attach to the embossing powder. So we're just going to go in, and again, just randomly, just not, doesn't have to be pronounced, doesn't have to be perfect. Dare I say, create your own ending. We are just adding random bouts of color. Okay, so you can see there, this is very, very, very random. The only thing is you have to know when to stop. So I'm going to do one more leaf, and then that's going to be my stopping point, okay? So let's move this one aside. Let's do a little bit with this one. I'm hoping you can see the pearl that's on there too. Oh my goodness gracious. Gina. And again, very, very loosey-goosey, very random in your approach. Crafting does not have to be serious. I mean, we certainly are not serious around here. You just got to do your own thing. And I think that's kind of half the fun of creating, right? Is doing your own thing. And I mean, I really enjoy this because most of the time, at least when I see poinsettias, is I've seen where they, have the pink and then they have the red and then they have, it's really, really fun. That's like, what would she say? That's like people putting curbs up. Are you talking about on this? Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. I know you don't. Okay, so there is that. So now we're going to grab 2 more paper towels because this is very intense right now. Now you could leave it like this and you could let it dry, but that's not what we're doing today. We're just going to lift this up And then you can see, look at how that just kind of faded into the background. Isn't that beautiful? One more. 1, 2, 3, go. Isn't that beautiful? Now see here, I put too much water. So I can go in and I can add a little bit more color there. I'm not going to because I kind of like that. But remember, our aqua pigments as well as our splashes and sprays, they are all water reactive. So if you put water in there or just place water in there, it is going to pull that out. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. Okay. So now let's cut these down to 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to start on the end here. Oh my goodness, there are so many of you already still pre-ordering your Halloween goodies. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. 4 by 5 1/4. So there's what our background actually looks like without all the madness. Whoops. Well, that was going to be a little bit off. Wasn't paying attention. It's okay. We will make do. It's not off by that much. Just a smidgen. Okay. So now we're going to take our traditional trimmings card stack. Oh, I think this would be beautiful for a background because you're not going to see much. I don't know though. I want it to be kind of, I want it to really stand out. So I think maybe we'll use this one and this one. Yeah. And then we're going to double up. You'll see what I'm going to do. So we need to cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to cut off this little strip first here. I like it, but not for this card. Oh, I need a new blade. Ooh, thank goodness we sell those here. My goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Okay, so now this is going to get just placed on just like so. So we'll have just a little bit of a visual interest in the background. But I do, before I place these down, I'm going to cut a little circle out of each one of them because we're going to use that for the center here. Okay. And then I'm also going to grab, do I have any vellum on standby? Watercolor paper. I do not have any vellum on standby. Got some acetate. One moment, please. Vellum is always the hardest thing for me to find in the studio. I think it's because of how much I use it. I'll usually find everything else, but vellum, found some. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and run this through. We'll just run them through at the same time, because we just need to cut out the center of each to have that little circle. Whoopsies. It shifted on me. It's what happens generally with this giant die cutting machine. So now we have our little circles cut out that we're going to use. All right, and then let's see, what should be the next size? Maybe this one. Yep, okay. And that's how we're going to do our vellum. All right. Set these over here before I lose them. All right, so can I get 2 out of 1 sheet? I think I can. So let me grab my sticky dots. So I'm going to put my sticky dots on the back first, because that's going to help us to put our, oh my goodness. That's going to help us to put our vellum down without being able to see that the vellum has been put down, one of my favorite tricks of the trade. Okay, place that on there. And when we run it through the die cutting machine, which is what we're fixing to do, it will add even more pressure to the back of it. Making sure that it's really down well. I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and run this puppy through. Okay. Then we're gonna run it through again. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm at work with all my gals here. This is how I am every day with all of my gals that work here with me at Brutus Monroe. It's like this. It's just everybody's talking about everything other than what we're actually doing, and I'm used to it. It's not a big deal. It is not a big deal, believe me. All right, so I have my first piece. Now we're going to send our second piece through. And this is going to allow our vellum to really hold up well. I know there's a lot of conversations going on, but that's okay. We're just getting ready to assemble our cards, so we're right where we need to be. Okay. All right, I'm coming. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to stamp our Merry Christmas. We're going to do that with our Brutus Monroe round block that will be coming back soon. I'm very excited about that. Let's grab some detail ink, because detail ink works great on vellum. We're just going to stamp that right in the middle. There we go. Again, pop our detail ink back. There we go. I think those look great. Not bad for a quickety split ski. see you know usually a stencil builders. Yeah, I've kind of seen the stencil builders briefly, but I have to watch again. Because you know me, I'll design products to go in the stencil builders that I want to use. Quickly Splitsky. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's find all of our pieces. Let's get our lives together here, folks. All right, so I'm going to grab a card base out of my bulk pack because these bulk packs are the best. Because, I mean, you're literally getting 50 card bases. And what does it cost for someone that's a subscriber? I always ask that question because being a subscriber at Brutus Monroe has its perks. It really does. And the perks are getting even better next year. But I don't know how much is it for yeah, I'm gonna have to look. Happy Tuesday. Okay. And also a huge thank you to everyone that recently signed up for both of the events. No, the 50 pack. I mean, 424 is cheap, but the 50 pack is what I was talking about, my love. That darn thingy. All right. So now we're going to apply this. I am using glue, even though you know how much I don't like glue. But that's because this is such thick paper. It's the Not Your Mama's. That we gotta use glue. Oh my goodness, look at how beautiful that is. Wow. $16. Must be sold out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're going to have to fix that. We're going to have to take a look at that tomorrow, my friends. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach our Merry Christmas onto this first before we pop it up. I know, it's my favorite glue too. It really is. So we're just going to peel off the back that has the sticky dots on it, like so. Place that right in the center. And see how you can't even tell that we used any type of adhesive? But I just love the way that looks on top of there. Isn't that cool? All right, next up, let's peel our little sticky stickies off the back of here. All right. Oh, hold on. There we go. I just love the way that looks. I love it. All right, now I'm not going to use the squares because I don't want anybody to get upset with me because the squares are sold out. Again. Thank you. Again, the squares sold out so quick. So quick. All right. I don't know who was using my scissors with adhesive, but someone was. And I'm going to dust for fingerprints. All right, so we're just going to cut this in half because we need to use them like sideways like this. And these are the adhesive strips from Brutus Monroe. I love them. I love them. I love them. We only have 3 strips left. Oh my word. We just got them in for Cratron Ending. We got a full shipment of them in. All right, we're just going to place this right in the center. We'll do that one like so. Then we'll do this one in this direction so you can see how both ways it will look. Oh, okay, Michelle. Yeah. Works for me. Absolutely. SOS, SOS. All right. So now let's use our red shift, because the red shift, it shifts from red to gold, which I have a feeling is going to be a favorite for everybody at the holidays. All right, let's add a generous helping. I mean, because all of you remember what I say about glitter, right? When you think there's too much glitter, who can finish it? Oh, yes, thank you so much for my card, Isis. I got it today. I love it so much. I sure do love when you all send me cards. It makes me so happy. It really does. Yes, I say when you think you have too much glitter, add 2 more shakes, is what I say. And there's our little sparkles. Let's add them onto this one. I was. And now it's in my office. What the heck? That was a double-sided gem. In all my years as a gemographer, I've never seen that before. Okay. So there we go. 2 little Christmas in July cards. Easy peasy. And there we go. And correct, Francie. And this is it. This is my last live with you. Well, normal live with you until, oh, it's too warm in here. The camera keeps going out. It's because it gets overheated. I think I have to adjust a feature on it. This is my last normal live with all of you until Thursday. It's going to be a whole new month. Isn't that crazy? Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, thank you all so much for hanging out with me this evening. Thank you for being a part of my life. Remember to grab your Halloween goodies while they are on pre-sale. Also, if you order those, this guy is going to come with it. At the same time, I was practicing opening mine, and I'm not going to show you anything that's inside of it, but I cannot wait for you to see this year. There's candies in it this year, and so many. What's in this one? Oh, let me look here. It's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, the whole backdrop's going to change. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you all so very much. Remember to create something every single day, whether it's simply a memory or your own ending. I love you all very, very much, and I cannot wait to see you all for a very special live demo tomorrow afternoon.